understand.
Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Josef's Chelsea Blues. Hope you guys are all doing well. What a collab we have here. Tyrone, do you want to introduce yourself before we get into it?
Yeah, thank you for having me. So obviously I'm Tyrone, and I am the owner of Chelsea Sessions on YouTube. Chelsea Sessions on X and on Instagram as well. Obviously, I'm a Chelsea fan as well, and I also make Chelsea content, mostly analytical videos, tactical analysis, player analysis, player breakdowns. Thanks for having me, by the way, Joseph.
Mate, it's a pleasure. It's the first time I'm having you on. And, well, I was on a live stream with you about, let's say, an hour ago, but we won't speak about what happened to that live stream. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, we have got a lot of transfer news to get through. I mean, I thought that Chelsea's transfer news would be done after we obviously didn't sign Mike Mignon and Gittins fell through. But we are Chelsea Football Club. We are always linked with players, aren't we? So we are going to talk about the links with Araujo. We are also going to be talking about Brian Mbuemo, and we're also going to be talking about Antony, which Man United have put an interesting price tag on, which you guys have seen in the title, but we will get that. We'll get onto that till the end. But firstly, let's talk about Thomas Araujo, because there was a link that came out either yesterday or today. I can't remember when it was, but I'm just going to share my screen now. Here it is. Breaking: Benfica defender Thomas Araujo is Chelsea's priority target for the central defender position. He has a release clause of 80 million euros. Now, what I think of this is, if I'm honest, I don't think this is true, because this is a source, Ebola. It's going to be like a Portuguese source. He plays for Benfica, I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, I mean, Tyrone, what do you think of this link here? And do you think Thomas Araujo would be a good link? Would be a good signing for Chelsea?
Well, Thomas Araujo, I have to be honest, he's young. He's 22 years old. Of course, he's very composed. He's very good. I'd have to say that if we were to sign him, he would be. As you said, I don't know how much I would believe this is true. Because for one, the release clause is a lot, and I mean, would it really make sense for the club to really be going to sign him, considering the fact that they're trying to not make a lot of high paying signings or expensive signings, for lack of a better term. And if the release clause is estimated to be around 80 million euros, or it is said to be that, then I don't know. That kind of sounds like it's not true, in my opinion, because we've seen that we're not going for certain players if the price tag is that high. Obviously, we've seen exceptions where, with obviously Enzo Fernandez, we've seen the same with the likes of Casado, but we've not really gone on and made those big money signings. I think the closest we've gone to anything close to 80 million was perhaps with the Wesley Fofana. I can't recall. Maybe you can refresh my memory where we've done that. And top priority sounds a bit of a stretch, because obviously there's other options that are way cheaper and or even around the same age. So if you're going to be building with young players, trying to build continue with the model of signing young players, then I don't know. This just sounds as if it's not true. But there are reports that did say that Chelsea went in for him in February of 2025, Liverpool as well, and reportedly Benfica turned down that interest. But I don't know. Should that really be believed? I don't know. I don't know. I just think I'll take it with a grain of salt. I don't really
Yeah.
buy that that's true.
Yeah, I see a point there. If I'm being honest, it would be a great signing for Chelsea because I've watched him quite a bit. He's a very good centre back. He's probably better than a few of the ones we have, but for that kind of money, I'm not sure if it's worth it. But he's very good nonetheless. I mean, you guys in the comments, let me know if it will be a good signing and if you think it's worth it. But yeah, that's the news on Thomas Araujo. Next, obviously, it is Brian Mbuemo. Now, we all thought, oh, he's going to Man United, isn't he? Because Fabrizio kept on saying, oh, there's bids going on, there's bids kept on being submitted by Man United to Brentford. But that saga of Man United getting Mbuemo has gone a bit quiet. But we have had someone come out today and say that a club is in discussions with Brian Mbuemo, but it's not Man United. It is none other than Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously, Tottenham have just got Thomas Frank as their manager. So this signing would actually make quite a lot of sense. But I'm going to bring up the bit of news that I saw. This was the first thing that I saw. It was by Sky Sports. Tottenham have held initial discussions with Brentford about a potential deal for Brian Mbuemo. As I've said, Thomas Frank becoming manager increases the chances of a deal. But it doesn't end there. It does not end there because we have had someone from the Mirror come out. Now, I'm trying to find the tweet now of where... there we are. I'm doing this live on recording for you lot. Because this is where I saw the tweet, and I'm going to do a short on this later. Make sure you lot are sub to the channel. Make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you subscribe to Tyrone's channel, Chelsea Sessions, as well. Here it is. Mirror Darren, breaking. Tottenham have made a £70 million bid for Brian Mbuemo, aiming to hijack his potential move to Manchester United. What have we just witnessed? I mean, when I say what have we just witnessed, take it with a pinch of salt because it is the Mirror. Remember that. No one else has said it, just them. But someone has said it, and I'm gonna show it regardless. But yeah, Tyrone, what do you think of this bit of news? Do you think Brian Mbuemo would be a good fit for Spurs, or do you think he should go to Man United instead? What do you reckon?
First of all, it would be two big upsets for Man United in the space of a month. First in the Europa League for I don't know this. It would be hilarious. Well, yeah, I mean it makes sense, and as you said, it would make sense because Thomas Frank obviously he was obviously Thomas Frank's top player, one of his top players at Brentford, and of course I think it would be a good fit. He's very physical, and I think that Tottenham would do a lot of good with physical players. Um, if it's actually true is the question, and as you said, it's the Mirror, and the ability is really up there necessarily. They have gotten things right, or they've actually said things that actually turned out to be true. But I mean, is it really gonna happen? I think his contract expires in 2026 as well. So I could be wrong. Maybe he got a contract extension. I really kept a close eye on what's going on with him. But if it is the case, then that is a lot of money for a player that is going to be a free agent next summer. That'd be interesting. But of course, when Mbuemo playing under Frank obviously helps that, and obviously he will know Thomas Frank's attacking style, and of course that would help in the bid of trying to, help Thomas Frank to be successful, for trying to follow up with the success that Postecoglou brought to Tottenham. So I think it would be a good signing. I just don't know if it's true, because the reliability of the source is kind of dodgy. But of course, Spurs do need that wide forward depth beyond just Son and Kulusevski and even Brennan Johnson. Obviously, the thing is with Mbuemo, he can also play as a false nine, so I think that helps with you have your Richarlison, you have your Solanke, and Mbuemo would offer that flexibility or that fluidity in that front line. So of course, it would be good, but 70 million sounds dodgy to me. I think around 35 to 45 million sounds more logical, but 70 million euros, or was it euros? Yeah, that's
70 million pounds it is.
pounds, right? 70 million pounds. I don't know. That sounds kind of dodgy to me. For a
I
player
think
that's on.
like let's say it isn't true,
Mhm.
and they're trying to make it look like it is true, because Man United, the most they put is 60 million pounds.
Mm.
I think it was. So yeah, maybe Tottenham have tried and outbidded them. We'll see what happens. But yeah, you guys in the comments, as I've said, let me know of what you think Mbuemo should do. Should he stay at Brentford? You never know. That could be a good choice for him. Or should he go to Man United, or should he go to Tottenham? Let me know in the comments. But there's one more thing. There's one more main thing I want to talk about in this video, and obviously you guys know I put the main transfer news in the title. This is about Antony. I can already see your reaction, Tyrone, of what I'm going to say. And I don't know of what Man United thought that this would be a good idea. But I'm going to share it now. Manchester United have set a 50 million euro price tag for Antony. Just, I can see your face, Tyrone. It's such an expression, mate. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's a mixed bag. I have to say. I mean, he did good at Real Betis. I think he's perhaps he feels a bit uh, disappointed that, of course, he couldn't have said a Real Betis, because he said that he feels at home. It's a breath of fresh air for him. Just paraphrasing, but 50 million euros. I don't know how realistic that is in terms of getting him off the books. Man United, that is. What they signed him for around 95 million euros or something like that. In 2022.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know that it hasn't gone the way that they wanted to, but of course, he's definitely on the chopping block. He's already severed ties with Man United. He's wanted to to get a move away, and as I said, Real Betis not really working out for him. Is unfortunate, but of course, their financial restraints. They don't really have the capabilities to really do that. But it's a massive drop in value, obviously. I mean, from 95 million euros to 50 million euros, it really shows how bad the deal has gone for him. Um, I don't know. It's unfortunate. I mean, I feel for Anthony, but man, I don't think Man United are actually doing something smart here. If they get 50 million euros for him, wonderful, happy days. It's gonna be a loss for them nonetheless. But I mean, this best they cut their losses of a player that obviously does not want to be at the club. And despite whatever circumstances or what the reason behind why the deal has flopped, as we like to say, was it because of the system? Is it that the probably demands too much out of him, or was it just an overhyped deal? All of those questions remain to be answered, and I just think that it's unfortunate, but I don't know. Will Man United get 50 million euros for him? I don't know. And if somebody comes in for him, because I think he's a good player, I just think that the hype of 95 million euros, he didn't live up to it, and the expectations were not exceeded, or it wasn't even met at all. But if a team comes in for him, I don't see them getting 50 million euros unless the club genuinely and desperately want him. That's the only way. I think they may have to accept something around 30 at at most, or something like that, for him to leave. But I don't think 50 million euros is something that looks or sounds likely.
Yeah, definitely. I completely echo all the words you said there. I mean, I would go as far as saying 40 million. I mean, that's basically 40 million pounds, isn't it? Like 50 million euros. So maybe 40 million euros is the most I'd go. And I think because obviously Eric Ten Hag has gone to Bayer Leverkusen now, he's Xabi Alonso's
Mm,
replacement there. I think Antony, if he was to go to Bayer Leverkusen, he would actually do pretty well.
yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. With the thing is, Anthony's is a quick player. And don't really want to take away from the fact that this is about other clubs as well. But looking at what happened in that Conference League final, with Real Betis, I mean, he did do a fairly good job. I mean, the only things that he didn't score, but he gave the fullback a hard time. Obviously, Kukurea, that is, was able to keep him at bay, but at least he showed this trickery. And I think with the Bundesliga, it will allow him that space because there's more space in the Bundesliga. You have more time on the ball, and he's quick. So I think fast-paced players would do tremendously well in a league like that. And I think Anthony could perhaps deliver there. Because I think, as I said, he's a good player. I just think that maybe the Premier League just isn't a fit for him. But when he did score for Man United, it was actually good goals. So he I don't think he's scoring any simple goals most of the time. So I think he's a good player. I just think that it just didn't work out at Man United, and it happens. It's just unfortunate. But I think he probably should reunite with Ten Hag because Ten Hag knows him and loves him from Ajax. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, what you think of Antony of Man United putting that price tag on him. I honestly think it's too much, but yeah, you guys let me know. And where do you think Antony should go to rejuvenate his career? Like, let me know in the comments of what do you think would be the best solution there. Now what I always do on recording and live stream is after I talk about the three main topics, I check the news because you never know, breaking news might come out. So yeah, we'll just have a little quick check. And what do you know? I've said it. I've said it. There's always breaking news. As soon as I finish recording of what I want to record, something has to come up by either Fabrizio, David Ornstein, whatever. Something has to come up. And this player was linked with Chelsea a lot, but I never thought we'd really get him because of the wage demands he would want. The transfer fee, I think we'd pay that, but the wages where the deal I don't think would happen. But we've had updates on Nico Williams. Fabrizio has said here, after meeting with Bayern twice, Nico Williams met with Barcelona today, as Sport in Spain reported. And Lamine Yamal has just shared this picture on his Instagram account. This picture right here. I think you know what that means.
Wow. 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 Um. It's like the first comment that I see right there. I mean, the story is unfolding in real time, and I mean, it's like this. There's always a new update every every time, and I mean, it's crazy. Uh, I mean, is it a coincidence that Lamine Yamal just happens to just post this right after such a sort of conversation would have obviously been reported? I don't know. It's could be telling. I mean, people try, say that, oh, it's maybe because, oh, they both play for Spain, the friends, he's just posting it, obviously Spain played recently, but I don't know. It could be Yamal saying that, you know what, I could try to be an agent here. I could, or yeah, this is my seal of approval. Get him in. I would love to play with him, not only at country level but at club level. It could be the case, and I mean, if Barcelona are able to get this done, obviously it's a good signing for them because not only would they have Lamine Yamal, but Nico Williams is a terrific player. He has a good shot on him as well, same as Yamal. So, I mean, can you imagine having two young players? I mean, with Yamal turning 18 this year, and it's a very good deal. But I mean, it sounds like something that could happen because, of course, Barcelona love to pay these players high wages. Obviously, you mentioned Chelsea, obviously being linked with him. And I think there's another English club that was linked with him, but the price tag,
Arsenal.
yeah,
Arsenal.
Arsenal, right? Arsenal being one of the teams that obviously would have considered, but obviously the wages and also the price tag was something that kind of caused an issue. And fair enough, you don't want to make such a big risk on a player. Although he looks like he has great potential, and he has great potential presently, you don't really take that chance. But I mean, it could be taken in many ways, and this is what I like with these pictures. You can it's open for people to interpret the way that they want to, because I mean, is it saying that, oh, he's welcoming him, or is he saying that, okay, yeah, this is my seal of approval, gets him in, I want to play with him at club level as well. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but I think there's going to be more updates before the day ends completely.
Yeah, I mean, with the as you said with those pictures, it's always like, yeah, everyone can interpret what they want to interpret. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think it's the exact same thing with Victor Yokeres of what he put on his Insta. He was like, "There's a lot of talk going on, and like it's a lot of noise. I will talk when the time is right." Like that is even more mysterious because a lot of clubs are in for him. So we don't
Mm.
even know where he could go. Man United have been linked with him. Arsenal have been linked with him. Chelsea have been linked with him. Al Hilal have been linked with him. So yeah, that is an open race. But there is one more bit of news that I'm going to talk about before we round this one out. It is about a player that I didn't think I'd mention this quickly. Paul Pogba.
Hmm.
Now, what I've just seen, I think could be a good move for him. Fabrizio has put this here. AS Monaco have offered a 2-year contract to Paul Pogba with talks underway. Negotiations and discussions over project continue this weekend to try and reach an agreement. Monaco are working on both Ansu Fati and Paul Pogba deals. What do you think of this move, Tyrone? What do you think? Paul Pogba to Monaco. What do you think?
Well, I don't really want to mention the whole circumstance, but I mean, I think Paul Pogba, I think he can still offer a lot to any team that he goes to. Of course, it's I mean, he's 32 years old. He's been out of football for a while now, and I think he's going to have a bit of rust. But I think it would be a good deal for him. I think Monaco would be a perfect fit. French league and all that. I think he would bed well in to the team. But I mean, it's what player will you be getting? Because he's been out of action for so long. Um, is he going to really deliver? I don't know. It's unfortunate the way that his career went. In the last 3 years, but I think with him and Monaco, I think it would be a good fit. I just think that it all depends on what player you're really going to be getting, because he's been out of action for so long. And I mean, it's a low risk 2-year deal. I mean, if it doesn't work, they can cut their losses. But I think it's a good deal, and I like the business that AS Monaco is doing. It's commendable, and it's a safe risk to take, because it's just a contract. It's not you're not really paying too high
Yeah,
of a deal there.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I said that this is going to be the last bit of news, but oh my word. Like, this is what happens in the transfer window. I want to end the video, but this is the last thing, and I promise. Thank you very much to everyone who's actually got this far, by the way, because I mean, like, to watch a 30-minute video about transfer news, I know it takes a lot of people's time, but trust me, it is worth it. We have got all the news here and we are going to talk about it all. But this is the last thing I'm going to talk about today. Like literally, as soon as you were talking, I was like, let me just have one more check. One more. And obviously, look, we spoke about him literally just a minute ago. Understand Nico Williams is open to reduced salary demands to join Barcelona. Deco held a meeting today with Williams' agent, told it was communicated Williams will agree to €12 million gross number discussed 12 months ago. Bayern also want Williams, and Athletic Bilbao will start a new contract talks as revealed. Now we talk about that Lamine Yamal picture with Nico Williams. Here we go. That just proves Lamine Yamal wasn't joking, wasn't it?
It appears that way, and that's why I'm saying the picture could be interpreted in many ways. It could be a case where he's giving his seal of approval, or he's saying, "Okay, I'm gonna be helping to make this deal happen because we're friends," and all that. And I mean, I'm not gonna speculate, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, if he's willing to reduce, I should say, his salary demands to join Barcelona, then um, it's telling to you. And I mean, Barcelona it is an attractive club. I mean, what they've done, they're a Spanish giant, so I mean, they're up there with Real Madrid. So of course, it's not a surprise that a player would actually want to go to Barcelona. Despite the whole financial issues that they've had for a couple of seasons now. But yeah, I mean, it benefits them, and they always get these players. I don't know what it is, but these players either reduce their salary demands because they're so adamant that they want to go there. But I mean, hey, it makes sense to him. Spanish based player, Spanish league is doing well in the Spanish league. It's better you take the risk of going to a team in the Spanish league rather than going out of it and then perhaps struggling. So it's a bitter risk to take. Of course, Barcelona will demand a lot from him, but Hansi Flick loves these young players and he's able to get a lot of good out of them. So I think it'd be a good fit. And I mean, we'll see what happens. Let's see if it goes through, because this doesn't mean it happens. But of course, it gives a good indication that it may as well happen if he's willing to reduce his salary demands, which perhaps would be one of the greatest stumbling blocks if it were not to happen.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I think this is very likely that Nico Williams will go to Barcelona now. But yeah, I mean, that was the last bit of news. I mean, yeah, I think we're going to round it out there. Thank you very much for joining me, Tyrone. It's a pleasure. Make sure you sub to his channel, Chelsea Sessions. Just let them know what you're doing over there, mate, and how many subs you're on.
Oh well, so I have, as I said earlier, I do play profile, play breakdown videos mostly, tactical analysis and all that. So typically, of course, I like to wait until Chelsea sign players before I make videos. I'm trying to try to stray away from that and actually do videos overall. But technically, I do my research. If I know the players, I'll use clips. I'll use things to kind of explain it. So of course, that is in the works. Of course, we're in the Club World Cup period as well. So of course, previews for that. And of course, as a Chelsea fan, I'll try to do a couple of shows previewing those matches specifically. And yeah, I mean, trying to get to 4,000. I'm at 3,000. I forgot it already. 3,400 and something. I don't remember it at the moment, but trying to get to 4,000 slowly but surely. But thank you for having me, Joseph. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. Always a pleasure. I mean, I hope to have you on in the future. And yeah, we're going to round out there. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe, turn the notification bell so make sure every time that when we post, you'll get the notification and you'll be able to watch the video straight away. As I said, make sure you sub to Tyrone. Make sure you sub to Chelsea Sessions. Great content over there. And we'll see you on the next one in a bit. Up the Chelsea.